All right. Hey, everybody. Just want to make sure that you all can hear me right now. I'm pretty sure you can. Yes. Good. So I have some fun stuff to share with you today. It should be a pretty short live stream, but you know how things go. But I'd love to share some charts with you. I'd love to share what I see happening and share some other news. I want to share more, but I can't yet, but you get the point. So first off, let me know if the music is too loud. I figured out a great way to have music going in the background, and if it's too annoying, you can just let me know in the chat and I'll just cut it, or I can bring it down. It doesn't matter to me, mainly because I can't even hear it because I'm using a mic and I don't have headphones. It doesn't matter. Anyway, my name is Moon and Papa, and this is a live stream. So on this live stream, we're going to be looking at some charts. I'm going to be talking about some Aave pumps that I've seen. One that pumped way more than I ever thought it would. And one of the Better Traders Club members made out like a bandit, made like 600% or something off of the pump, no lie. So cheers to you, buddy. I didn't get it. I'm waiting on another chart to close. So anyway, but yeah, I have a lot of stuff to share with you. Before we get there, we have to do the fun stuff. This content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. The Better Traders is not a broker-dealer. We are not an investment advisor. We have no access to non-public information about publicly traded companies or cryptocurrencies. And this is not a place for the giving or receiving of financial advice, advice concerning investment decisions, or tax or legal advice. The value of investments and the income derived from them can go down as well as up. Investors may not get back the amount they invested, and past performance is not a guide to future performance. Cool. Good. So now that we've got the fun stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and I'll make an announcement actually. I finally got confirmation back from 3 commas, and I had a lot of people asking me to add or at least consider adding FTX because Binance is making some aggressive moves and it's scaring a lot of people, and they're withdrawing their funds from Binance and moving to FTX. So as people are moving to FTX, I don't really have a lot of signals for FTX other than 3x signals, but people were asking, could you provide signals for the top 10? The top 10 signals, could you provide support for FTX? And I looked at the charts, and not every single trading pair is supported. They have a couple trading pairs that aren't on FTX, like ADA and Theta. I'm doing this off the top of my head, going off of memory. There are a couple of other ones that they don't support. But anyway, yes, I finally have support for FTX.com and FTX.us, which is specifically for people in the US. So that means that you can use my top 10 signals on FTX. So on 3 commas, if you already have a subscription to the top 10 signals and you're already using it on Binance or Coinbase or whatever, now you can, and if you have FTX or FTX.com or FTX.us already connected to 3 commas, now you can create the bot template that should be posted. If not, I'll post it to my Discord, which is pinned to the chat here, and it's also down below in the description. But you can copy that composite bot, change out pairs if you want, change the, of course you need to change the base and safety order sizes, but anyway, it's there, it's available for you. And because FTX is now supported, I added another pair. So this is like the laughing stock signal, because the top 10 signals are no longer just 10 coins. It's more like 15 or 16, maybe more than that. But anyway, so FTX's token has been added for FTX.com. It's not available for FTX.us because that's the US version. That's what happens. But it is available on Binance. So I've added it for Binance.com, and I don't think it's available for Binance.us. And I realized that DOT is tradable on Coinbase, and I felt a little bit embarrassed about that. So DOT is now available for Coinbase Pro, or it used to be GDAX a long time ago. Anyone remember GDAX? So anyway, so I wanted to let you guys know about that, and to celebrate adding another exchange, I'm going to be having a 20% off sale on the top 10 signals. So now instead of $25, they are $20 from now until August 31st, to the end of this month. So there you go. So FTX and FTX.com, FTX.us are now part of the top 10 signals offering. FTT, the FTX token, has been added, 20% off until the end of this month. So yay, there we go. So I hope things are working well for that. And if you subscribe to the signals, please do join my Discord server, mainly because there are lots of other people that are talking about the signals, that have shared their settings, their experiences and things like that, and advice, and what to do when a market dump happens like on May 19th, and how to layer safety trades, all that kind of stuff. So please join the server. It's again down below and it's pinned to the chat. I figured that out from last time. Yay. So anyway, I have other stuff that I really want to show you, but it's not ready yet. I really wish it was, but it's okay. So anyway, the club members are going to see a preview of it in the live stream that I have for them next week. So if you're a club member, be excited. Okay. So yeah, let's pop over to TradingView. So Ethereum is stealing the show. It's looking fantastic ever since it broke above this. Oops, let me switch that. Ever since it broke above here, this overhead resistance, bam. Not only did it confirm, there we go. I have to remember I'm using a Windows machine, not a Mac, which is confusing using TradingView. Not only do we get a close short signal, but we got a cross up signal and an open long. This is just like tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row of fantastic goodness. So this is always going to be late. And by the way, this indicator right here is the TBO Pro. It looks nearly identical to the TBO. The main difference is that the TBO Pro has many custom inputs, like custom trend strength settings. Wow, say that 5 times fast. I can delay the open, long, and short symbols by confirmation bars. So delaying it basically 1 bar, use RSI as a filter, lots and lots of other stuff. So that's different than the TBO that you guys get through our site on thebettertraders.com. So you won't see a lot of this other stuff on here. And the reason for that is really simple. It's because the TBO Pro is designed for people that are taking either the Smarter Trader or Mastering Passive Income, either of our advanced courses from thebettertraders.com. But I want to say that the TBO is basically identical to this. You're going to see the same exact settings. You will not see one symbol. That's it. It's going to look and perform the same. And I will say that for the most part, actually, no, I can say with confidence that I don't use custom trend strength settings when I show you any of these charts. So I like the TBO a lot, but that's obvious. The TBT Forecaster, which is an indicator that's available with membership to the Better Traders Club, looks great. Everything looks bullish. Bitcoin has been bullish since July 25th, according to the forecaster. So this is forecasting at least 3 days out. So this looks good. Everything looks like it's recovering nicely. I mean, obviously, this looks fantastic. One of the main reasons that Ethereum is just enjoying the day right now is because the London hard fork just was successfully implemented on Wednesday. So there are 2 main initiatives, or proposals rather, that were launched. One, I'm not even going to say the numbers because why? I mean, you're not going to remember them, and I certainly don't remember them. But essentially, one is that they have a burn mechanism working right now, and it's encouraging miners to move, or to get ready for the move from proof of work to proof of stake. A while ago, when this all started with Ethereum getting, everyone getting really excited about staking Ethereum, and you needed 32 ETH or 32 Ethereum to stake in order to, or you're locking it into the Ethereum 2.0 thingamajig. This is the real lame explanation. Good job, buddy. But you get the point. By doing that, you're earning a yield on what you've staked. So this London hard fork is encouraging that by also burning Ethereum, which is good. So hopefully it should lower gas fees, and it's getting ready for us to move towards Ethereum 2.0. And the other thing is that they've moved up the, and someone's going to correct me and it's totally fine, but basically there is a die-hard version of a ticking time bomb in the Ethereum code. And it was originally set to summer of 2022, next summer, but the devs got real cocky on us and they decided to move it up to December. So that means that it's very probable that Ethereum 2.0 is going to launch before December, because if not, it's not going to be pretty. We'll say that much. So it looks like the market is in agreement that they are excited about what's happening with Ethereum. I mean, ever since this point, I mean, we're doing real well. It's 35% up, but things look strong. It'll look a lot stronger on lower time frames, of course. But I mean, this looks pretty good to me. And this is a good chart, mainly because it's not moving straight up. We never really want to see charts that are just going straight up, like some of these that I'll show you in a second. And the reason for that is because, what goes up quickly must go down quickly. So let's keep an eye out for this one. You're gonna like this one. If you know what I'm talking about and you've already seen it, go ahead, you can look at it, but this went insane. So Bitcoin is struggling to move above 42K. There's one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, and I don't see it playing out anymore, which is good. But on this time frame, it was looking really close to forming a, where is my, when you want to, find that thing and you can't find it. There, wait, no, what? Where did it go? I even have, oh, there it is. It was in the first spot. I just didn't see it. One thing I was getting a little bit worried about was one of these happening. And of course, this is a really fast time frame. So right now we're in a little bit of a pickle because if this is in fact a short term head and shoulders, which it could be, it's a little bit messy, but that would mean that actually this has to be a little bit lower. So if this is what's happening right now, it's not so great for Bitcoin, because that means that we're going to return to 35K and maybe lower. But keep in mind, this is only the 4 hour. Usually when you draw head and shoulders charts, you really want to focus on longer time frames. You want to make sure that it's on a daily time frame. Let me just check the stream real quick. Something just seems a little bit weird to me. Oh, weird. Mine's just super delayed. That's why. Okay. My stream I was watching, it was like 20 minutes behind and I got a little bit freaked out. Sorry. So it seems like everything's okay. All right. So this could be in play on a lower time frame, but I'm not super duper concerned about it yet. But it's a possibility. And since it's a lower time frame, I don't think it's going to really drop below 35 just because everything that's happening in the market right now. But it's not a surprise to me that Bitcoin is having a hard time breaking above 40K. Now, one thing that is fantastic about this, that I'm really excited about, is this. This line is getting super close right here, and I am very excited for that. The main reason I'm excited for that is because this is our historical overhead resistance. And I would love to see Bitcoin basically do one of these things where it's just going to pop. And this is what I think is really going to happen. And as soon as we break above this, not like that, but I mean, here we go like this. Yeah, something like that. But it's going to go ballistic. That's what I'm expecting at least. So the same thing that's happened for Ethereum, I'm expecting to have for I'm expecting to happen for Bitcoin. But it's not there yet. We're doing just fine. So again, a drop down is possible to 37, mainly because that's where the fast line is. The TBO fast line is this green line right here. So a touchdown here wouldn't be terrible. I think it's probably going to happen over the weekend, but ideally, again, it would be great to see this happen where we're just going to be knocking, making Axelrose proud, knocking on heaven's door. One more, and then pop, retest, and then go up. It won't be a straight shot like that, but that would be fantastic. Now, if that happens with this timeline and it actually does this, it means we're going to be doing a lot of sideways chop for a while, which is fantastic for alts. Frustrating for Bitcoin holders, but great for alts, and we'll get there. So I don't know if it'll take this long, but it'll do something like this, where I bet you it's going to bounce against 43, and it's going to come down and bounce against 42, and it's going to hold a line here. So it's going to be a fun move to watch, and we'll see what happens. So here we go. Nice. Okay. Now we're looking at FTT, which is the FTX token. So I called this one saying you should pay attention to it 2 weeks ago, which is here on the 23rd of July. And since then, it's up 33%. I said that there would likely be some resistance up here at 42, and we're not even there yet. We're already seeing some pushback, which is, it's okay for now. But we're going to be seeing some resistance here that is outlined by the TBO. It's hard to see possibly if you don't know what to look for, but these red dots, this is showing us that this is going to be a line of resistance at 40, which is a round number. And we also see some support / resistance here at 46. So if we scooch over here, yep, scooch. Okay, so here we are now, and we saw some resistance at 40. Now, the reason for this is super duper simple. I said it last time, probably said it the time before. I say it all the time in the live streams, and I say it in the courses. Trading is a psychological game. There are lots of things you have to keep in mind. Trading rules aside, there are other things to look for. For one, the market is a moving and living thing. It's dictated by prices and people and bots, but bots are influenced by what people do, and bots are influenced by what other bots do. And what I'm saying is that it's like this crowd mentality. So when the move starts to go higher, it's probably going to continue higher. It's just a trend, right? Why would a bot trade against the trend? Why would a person, well, people are more likely to trade against a trend than a bot would. But anyway, so what I'm talking about, that's one part. The other part is that bots don't pay attention to this too much, but people do, and people love round numbers. 40 is way easier to type in than 38.37. That's a really weird number to think of. But as traders, we have to avoid round numbers because there's typically resistance at round numbers. And round numbers meaning like whole numbers, or like $1, $2, $5, $10. And when we get to the point where it's coming up to a new digit, like 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, there's going to be significant struggle to move past those prices. Not every time, but psychologically speaking, it's a big number with lots of zeros. Therefore, it's like a barrier or like a hurdle to jump over. So when we look at this, you can see that it's struggling. It wicked here, where? 40.035 on August 3rd. The high for this day on the 5th, which is yesterday, is 39.998. The high today, 40.022. Why is it so hard for FTT to break above 40? I wonder why. It's not that hard. Hopefully you see it, and you're going to see this all over the place, especially with coins that are in top 20, top 30, top 50 even. But the bigger market cap coins have a much harder time to break above these round numbers that you're going to see on the charts. Do I think FTT is going to fall down from here? No, I really don't. I think it's going to keep going. The next hurdle is, of course, 42. But after that, I mean, it's not smooth sailing. But we're going to have resistance at 45. We're going to have resistance here at 50, which is a big one. And then it should keep going. FTT, what I should really say is FTX, the exchange, has a lot of good stuff going for them right now. And that's why I called this out a couple weeks ago, and I think that it's going to continue to be fantastic. So enjoy. And you're welcome for the extra signals, for the top 10 signals, the extra trading pair, not the extra signal. Yeah, there are extra signals, but you know what I mean. So the Bitcoin, das Bitcoin pairing, sorry, I don't know. This is doing extremely well. Same exact concept. This is just too easy. This is an easy freebie that rhymes, that you can use on lots of charts. As soon as it broke above, right now 15%, I mean, that's amazing. That's fantastic. It's like magic. No, it's not. This is just a trading setup, and it's really easy to do. Of course, we need to wait for a high to be established and a drop, and then we need to measure out from there. So as soon as that drop happens, we start drawing lines. And when a breakout above it happens, there's explosive movement. When a breakout above it happens, there's explosive movement. It's just going to keep going. And if the price falls down and it doesn't surpass this high, guess what we're going to do with this? We're going to put it there. And when it breaks above this high, there's going to be explosive movement. I mean, that's all there is to it. Aave is letting me down just a little bit. It's doing okay on the Bitcoin market. On the USDT market, it's doing okay. I expected it to go a lot higher, just because it's a DeFi protocol, and this thing has a history of just going bananas and having a great time all the time, like having consecutive days of 9%, 16%, 8%, just with these three candles right here in 3 days. So I was expecting something like that to happen. So we got 9%. 9%, so hopefully we'll see another 9% day, but we're really far from our F line. So the TBO tells us that one of two things: if the F line, or rather if the price does not come down to the F line is going to have to move up really fast to match where the price is. So just keep an eye out for this. It's a magnet, and these are two magnets basically, but this is really dependent on the price. So you can see it happening here. It's pretty cool. All right, this is another chart that I called a while ago, and this is the Dumpy Debbie. Sorry, I don't know. My head's all over the place right now, but this is the Dumpy Debbie of the coins that I picked out. Everything else is doing okay, but the key is dropping the ball, and the door is locked. We'll say that much. So it's not doing as much as I thought it would. It's letting me down a little bit right now. So it's okay to have a couple of stinkers. As far as the dollar chart is concerned, or the USDT chart, we still have a long way to go till we break out above this. Now, when this happens, that's going to be a 34% move. Good grief. So in order for it to really take off and hold above that, it's going to have another one of these pumps. So this is an 89% candle with the wick. So that's going to be what, like 150? So we would have to see the USDT price to come up here, which makes sense because this is probably a point of resistance right here. And let me change that color because that's really weird. Why is it red? I don't like it like that. That's fine. Okay, so we're probably going to see resistance here just because of wicks and open and close and all that fun stuff. Very, very likely. So if we were to see a mega pump like we saw before, it'll probably stop or wick into this and then come right back down. So that's plausible. And if that happens on the USDT price and, sorry, not and, then that would be the equivalent of a pump on the Bitcoin chart, probably like this. It would be another 150% pump. So that's what I'm really waiting for with the key. It's not going to perform for me. It's not a show. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's not like one of those animals that you train for the movies. Why can't I speak so well? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna keep going. So Luffy is doing pretty well. It had a nice green candle. So far it's up 45%. That's more like it. We got even an open long on the daily, which is great. So on the 4 hour, it's not doing amazingly well, but it's not terrible yet. We have a high right here of 11.18. Didn't surpass that, but it's still showing signs of strength, and this is not bad at all. But it's going to take a lot more to get this thing really moving. Now, the nice thing about this is that it still has a long way to go before it gets some serious resistance, like here at 17. And I say this because we got our wicks, wick, open, close, boom, and it drops right here. So there's going to be a lot of disagreement at 17. But we still have 60-70% to get there, so yay. Now we're looking at the crazy stuff. This is you'll see that I have this flag here. This flag is because I have a bunch of different watch lists that I keep here for the Better Traders Club. So I think I shared this one, not last time, but the time before. So on July 14th, but I shared True. Yeah, totally surpassed my expectations of a pump. Good grief, right? Just the candle alone, 235%. Now, here's the fun part about crypto. Let me see if I can get there we go. Is it gonna hold? Oh, okay, good. Here we go. Actually, I'll just measure it. There we go. 591%. In the last live stream, last week, I talked about what? I talked about, does the TBO work on traditional markets? Yeah, it does. It works. When you see this, I understand that it's kind of like hitting the lottery. It's kind of like getting struck by lightning. But I mean, isn't it kind of worth it? And I say that because this isn't uncommon in crypto at all. So if you know what to look for like I do, I just wish I had some extra BTC that I could have put into, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But anyway, I am super thrilled for the guy on the Better Traders Club. I don't want to reveal his name because I don't know if he really wants me to. But anyway, the people in the club, you know what I'm talking about because you have access to the private server. So give him a nice thumbs up. And he's definitely paid off his his Better Traders Club membership for the year at least. So, okay, so let me rewind a little bit. Why did I identify this chart in the first place? So we're gonna go ahead and do one of these bar replay. And we're gonna start from here. So we're gonna remove that bar. The reason why I chose TrueFi is because I've seen where it's been before. It's not weird for this chart to pump up into the stratosphere like this, 200% plus, and then it does 130%. This is over many days, but it's not uncommon. So the reason why I thought I I think it's time. It's mainly because this has been a long time, for one. 99 bars, 83 bars, so it's about time if we measure it out. We're almost there. 99 bars would be a little bit further, so like 80 bars would be, what, August 11th? So just going by a pattern that's revealed itself to me, I can see it. That looks like it's going to happen. So that's one reason why. The other reason why is because the price has fallen down, and to me, when I have found it here on the 14th, which would be right about here. So I was looking at, and actually let me do this instead. Sorry, yes. There we go. So the reason why I decided that this is a good chart to buy into is for one simple reason, right here. I made a video about the easiest trade that you can make. And it's basically waiting for the price to fall down to its previous low. Then you buy and you wait. Funny story, that chart turned out to be poop, and it was terrible, and I got stopped out. And that happens. And this very well could have happened to you if you had a stop loss on this chart, because you saw what happened. The price fell down a little bit. But if you understand and you're willing to take, be patient with the trade, you buy in and then you wait, and you're okay to stomach a little bit of a loss for a very, very high reward, then you would have been handsomely rewarded on this one. Like ridiculously. It doesn't always pan out this way. It doesn't always do this. And I don't know if TrueFi has news. I don't really care. I'm not looking at the fundamentals of these charts. I'm looking at what the charts are telling me, and I'm looking at the story, quote unquote. So this is just bananas. So I had no expectations of the chart going up 600%, which is amazing. If you had bought it on the 14th and you're just waiting. Now here's the not fun part to admit, right? Let's do one more thing and I'll leave this chart alone, because I'm sure some of you are like, whatever, man, I get it. If you purchased it here at 462, we'll say, and you're just waiting. Now you're waiting while the price is falling. Oh, I see, it's not going to do it. And I can't even see. So the price fell 28%. I probably would have got out and tried to get back in again, or just wait. It's hard because this is a percentage where it's like, this doesn't feel so good anymore. Even though there's so much upside potential, but you don't know what's going to happen. So this one is just silly. Absolutely silly. Okay, so let's look at some charts that I think are going to be next. Phantom, FTM. And you notice that I'm checking out KuCoin here, mainly because Binance is turning out to be not so fun lately, or at least people's view of Binance is not so positive lately, right? So to honor that and to provide some other alternatives, we're looking at a mix of Binance and KuCoin. So the reason why I have this chart here is because of this beautiful orange diamond, which is a close short symbol. And this just tells us that if the day closes with this orange diamond intact, then that gives us confirmation. I will say that on the daily chart, if in 24 hours the price falls down, this diamond could very well disappear, and that's okay. But right now, this is a little bit risky because it hasn't closed yet, and it's much better to wait for confirmation. But given what I've seen before with this chart, let's see, let's back it up. No, right there, got lost. Because of these guys right here, this is making me go, I don't know if we're going to see the same crazy movement, because this was alt season 2021. And if you were asking questions, is this alt season yet? Is it alt season yet? Are you sure? Is it alt season yet? and you're seeing charts move up 2,000%, maybe you should stick to gardening or painting. It's very relaxing. But seriously, that's why I like to use the TBO, is that it gives me confirmation. So I'm expecting Phantom to do the same thing that it's done in the past. I don't think it's going to go as big, but even a nice move up here to this resistance line right here at 1178 would yield 78%. That would be amazing. There is some risk in here because the price could fall down. So are you willing to wait like the other chart we looked at? Because the truth is that this could also fall. It could go up, but it could also fall, just like in the disclaimer. But to me, when I look at my risk to reward ratio, and maybe this disagrees with you, and that's totally fine. But if I were to take profit just below the support and resistance, I put my stop loss about here, that gives me a risk to reward ratio of 3.5. That's good enough for me. I'm okay with that risk to reward ratio. It's very generous. So yep, just saying. So FTM, BTC, this is one that I'm looking at and waiting for. One more thing that I see, let me see, is this the right key? Nope, that was the wrong one. Again, sorry, I get mixed up when I use, where's my hotkeys? There we go. No, I want the trend. There we go. Aha, see what's gonna happen? Boom, it's already happened. We've seen this happen how many times, you guys? How many times? You're welcome. All right, so this one is just starting to take off. So it's replaying. Well, you've already seen it done, or already seen it do before. Good grief, I cannot speak. All right, Eden. Eden chain had a massive pump. This is not one that I shared in the Better Traders Club, the live stream. I just saw this one and I love it. Now, I just want to give a little bit of insight. I'm not going to be buying Eden chain here. This is way too risky, mainly because of how high that went up and now how much it's fallen down. It could very well see an aftershock pump soon. If we were to do this, there we go. It would have been great to see it fall down a little bit further. But if you want to play this for an aftershock pump, yeah, you could get some. You could get some of that. I would much rather wait though for it to fall down. Note that it doesn't take very long for it to fall down. I've seen charts like this that just keep going. It pumps and it pumps and pumps and pumps. It could be doing that again. It very well could, but I would not enter right now. Another thing, I'm just telling you guys, this is why I like the TBO so much. See this resistance right here? Resistance. Just going to highlight this for you so you can see that it's basically at the same resistance that's right here. It's crazy. Love it. Skycoin. I am very much waiting on this one still. I shared a video on my best performing bot, and it's for Skycoin. And I am waiting on a deal that opened up here, opened here at 50. And I DCA'd into it, and now it's starting to take profit because the chart is reversing, which is great. On the daily, it doesn't look so strong, but on the 4 hour, there's something that I just love about this. And it's right there. It's all of those white dots because these are all breakout symbols, and that means that the price should break out to the upside in a very big and powerful positive way. Look familiar? Boom, boom, boom. See what I'm talking about? So that's what I'm waiting for with Sky. So we'll see. It would be fantastic to get all of my take profit targets filled. And yes, I did convert my last bot deal to a smart trade. So I have divided up my cells into lots and lots and lots of layers all the way up. So that way I will make sure that I do not become a wall in the order book. GOM2, Go Money 2. This one is a little bit riskier, and this is one actually that I share, or yeah, this is part of the Aave challenge, which is still going. I'm waiting on one chart, and I'm gonna make a video as soon as it closes, because once this one chart closes in profit, I'll be over my $1,000 target. Yay! From $100. It's taken forever, Sandlot style forever, but I'm glad that I stuck to this chart, and I'm just waiting it out, and I've DCA'd into it, and I'm just waiting for it to take profit and close, and it's gonna happen. It's not this chart, but just saying, I haven't forgotten about it. I'm just waiting for this one trade to close, then I'll do an update video. All right, so this one has a history of doing these big fat pumps. That's one of the reasons why I chose it. I didn't choose it on the BTC market. I actually chose it and I was trading it on the USDT market. But anyway, it does these big fat pumps and then it takes some time. So if we do a little bit of measuring, again, not rocket science. So there's a month, less than a month, and it's done. Less than a month. So here we go. We're looking at somewhere between a month, so 26th of August, or less than a month for an aftershock pump. Technically it already had it, but the next pump that it could see would be, the soonest would be August 11th, I think. So looking at that one, and the last one is just CoinFi. So this is another BTC market. This one is ridiculously low, super duper risky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's pretty normal on KuCoin for them to have single digit pairs and then add some more digits. So this is more like 6 sats. Super duper worthless. But these coins, I mean, when they pump, the pumps are just astronomical. Just looking at this candle right here, the daily candle, this one day rose up 206%, and then it goes up to somewhat 285. It has a history of pumping, and the one thing that is really interesting to me is all of this big buying, 2% move. Big buying. That's 23 Bitcoin right there in the volume, if you look at that. So the number on the right is the moving average. So it's 4 Bitcoin, but really 23 Bitcoin of buying and selling on this one day. 9 Bitcoin of buying, 15 Bitcoin of buying, and then nothing. Then we got 1 Bitcoin. So this is classic pump and dump setup. If you look at the volume of all the stuff that's been happening recently and everything that's happened here with the big fat pumps, it just doesn't add up. See the size of those volume columns right here? It's insane. So it looks really similar to this, and I'm expecting it to do another pump. So there we go. That's that. So huzzah. Where are we on time? Good, it's only 10:43, so that's good. So I can take a couple of questions. I'll see what I can do. I can't make any promises to questions that I see here, but let me take a look. All right, so first up, hey, Happy Valley Farms, Eric, Pablo, thanks for joining me today. And Eric, show us what I did. Digibyte is coming up to save the USA and the world. All right, is going down to a dip again, so time to sell. What is? All right, anyway. Best coach. Okay, good. So people are just happy. They're just writing stuff. Look, labor in the field, if you want to tell me or try to write out your question again and put in the noun that you're missing in that sentence, because I don't know the person, place, or thing that you're talking about, But if you do, then I can help you. But if not, I mean, hey Tim, hey Flesk. All right. So anyway, I'll give it a little bit of time and just hang out with you guys just for a little bit longer. I should have had it set up on OBS to show you the Discord server and all that stuff, but I just want to do this and do everything else that I have to do today, which is a lot. So, but hopefully everybody is staying well and healthy. I am in Tokyo, and the Olympics are still going on. I used to skateboard when I was younger, so I got to watch. I definitely made sure that I watched the street, men's and women's street competition, which was super fun, but a little bit frustrating because it's hard to talk it up so much to my family and then watch the guys and girls fall so much when they're doing their tricks. And I kept telling them, no, you don't understand that when skaters are practicing for a big trick, it's very, very normal for them to fall a lot, but they were just expecting like nobody falling. But anyway, we watched the park yesterday, the men's park. It was awesome, like fantastic skating. I loved it, and I'm super excited to see skateboarding in the Olympics. But anyway, yeah, Tokyo's not looking so good with COVID. Record numbers, it's gonna go up even more. So I was really hoping to travel to do something, but everyone else around me is traveling and my family is not, because we're trying to play it safe. So all I'll say is whatever you think about what's going on, all I really want to tell you is just to be careful and to take care of yourself and be considerate of others, and think of others first before you decide to go out and make those decisions to cough into a megaphone in public in Times Square naked. So just make the right decisions. Don't do stuff like that. Here we go. Let me just see the last questions we got here. The 15 minutes course is super good. Yes, 15 minutes for financial freedom. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it so much. Lennon Silva, thank you so much for the help, man. I can kiss you. Well, pass, but thank you. I appreciate the gesture. Do I recommend the Takashi bowls? I love really nice Japanese bowls. I like skate bowls. Takashi bows, not anymore. Mainly because I have the TBO. The reason why I don't talk about Takashi stuff anymore is for a couple of reasons that are very exciting. But what I will say is that the TBO does a lot of the stuff that Takashi bows and other indicators do, but it's all in one. That's really the reason why I like this indicator, because it shows me trend strength. It shows me explosive movements to the downside or the upside. It shows me resistance and support. It has a trend strength cloud. It does a lot. So no, I'm not using the bulls anymore. Year the golden bull. It seems to be. It's very bullish this year. I'll tell you guys that if you're new to crypto this year, or even late 2020, it's not always like this. Things have been amazing. I started my crypto journey back in December of 2017. I bought Ethereum and it doubled in price. Then it tanked like everything else. Then I had to learn how to trade in a bear market. So if I can make it in a bear market, believe me, I'm doing just fine in a bull market, but understand that it's not always going to be so generous. The pullback that we saw from May 19th on until what, July, or more like August. Oh yeah, the end of July. Expect like months of that when this market is done. It's going to be brutal, and you're going to want to just prepare mentally for it. The courses help. You don't have to take them, but even just doing some reading on trading psychology books, like The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. Not that one. Trend Following is really good. I have some other ones over there that are on another bookshelf that are just fantastic, but just be prepared. It's not always so generous. Let me see. Is it hard to implement TradingView signals to 3 commas? No, it's really easy. If you go to the 3 commas website and go to their wiki and just type in custom TradingView signals, or actually if, in a search bar or in Google or whatever, you can type in 3 commas TradingView signals. It'll pull up an article and explain everything to do. There's a lot of writing and it may seem confusing, but it's not that bad. It just takes a little bit of work on your part. Yes. Scooch, Dumpy Debbie. I've been watching a lot of SNL, old SNL, and like Jimmy Fallon skits during my lunch breaks that I have here in my office, just to make me laugh, and it's been really fun. I don't know what that is. Okay, anyway, things look to be fine. Okay, good. Can I pay for the Better Traders Club monthly with crypto or just a credit card? I don't think we do crypto for the club, but you should just email support@thebettertraders.com. I know, really easy to, real short, right? But you could email them and they'll answer that question. I don't know off the top of my head. What's my price prediction for this Bitcoin cycle? Last 2 questions from Pablo and Alex Rowe. So my price prediction, I actually just I just wrote up our newsletter. We have a weekly newsletter for the Better Traders. You can go to thebettertraders.com and there's a button that pops up to subscribe to the newsletter. I got to find a way to make that pop up for people that want to opt in. But my prediction personally is that Bitcoin should be almost to 100K. I think it's going to be a round number thing and it's not going to hit 100K. But that's my prediction personally, is that I'm expecting 100K by the end of this year. I don't think that's going to be the top, but I think there's going to be a real struggle to break above it, just because it's a lot of zeros. There are lots of people like Willy Woo, or not Willy Woo, but the Plan B guy on Twitter, who's saying his personal target is 240,000. I have a really hard time seeing that happen. Especially by the end of the year, but next year it could. I don't know, but I'm looking at 100K. That's my first go-to target, and then I'll personally sell a majority of my positions and let the rest ride. And if it goes up higher, then I'll take profits on the way up. But that's what I'm looking at, is 100K. And last question: how do I get the TBO indicator? You can get it through our website. So in the description below, there's going to be a link that says thebettertraders.com/TBO. But that's how you get it. You can get it for a monthly or yearly subscription. You can save some on the yearly. So even though I have a pop-up application error on Windows, things seem to be okay. So that's comforting. So that's good. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope that you have a safe weekend. And if you have any questions, please do jump onto my Discord server. Good luck getting past the verification bot. But anyway, until next time, stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.